going on, guys? We're here with Salim Ellis-Bey, one of the best boxers here in the Philly area. My man is a 10-time national champion, just got finished winning Summerfest, and yeah, you saw him today. This dude's crazy. Salim, you have a crazy story about how you got into boxing. We're going to go right into that because it's so good that I think the audience needs to know immediately. How did you get into boxing? Like, what's your story, bro?
Honestly, I didn't get into boxing the traditional way like everybody else. You know, a lot of people started coming up in the gym, just growing up in the gym. I was a little bit different. My dad started teaching me how to box for self-defense and just to be focused on something. I never wanted to go into a gym. I started boxing at 5. I didn't get into a gym until I was 8. I was about 8 years old. I had a brand new bike. I was riding it around. I love my bike. I rode it to a store one day. Man, I went in there for a bag of chips. I walk outside, my bike not there.
Oh my God.
I get to chasing the person on my bike. I see him walking away. I chasing him. He run to a corner. He bend the corner. I bend the corner. I couldn't catch him. So I went in front of my house. I had this little bag, and I was just on the bag wilding, I ain't have no type of form or nothing. I was just angry, pure anger, like. So my dad come outside, and he was watching me on the bag, and he said, yo, if you're going to hit the bag, hit it right. He never asked me what happened, not Chuck, at least. So
He never asked you what happened?
no, he did ask me what happened,
okay,
but just not at that moment. He said,
right.
if you're going to hit the bag, hit it right. So he waited a couple minutes. I'm hitting the bag. I'm in my stance. 1, 1, 2. Mind you, I was 8. My voice is squeaky. I was a little kid. So
Yeah.
he said, he stopped me. He said, stop. What happened? And I said, man, somebody stole my bike. And he was like, you want to go to the gym? And I was like, yeah. I never wanted to go to the gym before. I never, like, he would ask me, like, every day, every week, yeah, you want to go to a boxing gym? Nah. You want to go to a boxing gym? Nah. I played football, soccer, I drummed, I played baseball, I did all types of stuff. I just never wanted to come to the boxing gym till that day. My first day in the gym, I dropped somebody. I did pretty good in sparring.
Yeah,
I probably
believe
didn't
it.
win, but it was great sparring. I mean, like, I've been stuck in the gym ever since.
Yeah, dude, you have what I would call like freak strength. Like, it's very strange. What are you, like 135 you said right now?
Yeah, about like 135, 136. That's what I walk around at.
Yeah, dude, you hit way harder than that. Like, what are you doing? Like, your dad said something about pull-ups and push-ups, but I'm not even sure. It's like genetics. What's going on?
It's a lot of repetition. I do a lot of push-ups. I train very hard. I've been working on my body very seriously since I was about the age of 14 because, you know, coming up, I wasn't the strongest fighter in the area or in the country for that. I mean, like, prior the quarantine even starting, before 2021, I was only a one-time national champion. I accumulated 9 championships since 2021. So
Good Lord.
I've been working on my strength since about quarantine started. That's why I started working on my body.
The Surgeon. What's the name behind that?
Fighter Frankie Randall. Long time ago, me and my dad were watching him. My dad just started a nickname. He said, I like the way he fight. I like the way you fight. I think they're pretty similar. We're going to call you the Surgeon.
I mean, I will say, like, after watching you today, you're very precise and strong as hell. So I think, like, it does make sense, like, if that's where you guys got it from. So let's talk about this area, man, because I told your dad and I talked to you earlier. We are in a very we're in a very interesting place of the country right now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how you grew up in this area and just like what we're actually around.
I mean, like, it's not no new fact that Philadelphia isn't the best of cities. It's a lot going on around here. It's a rough area. It's hard to come up in. It's hard to stay focused, and it's a lot going on. So, you know, just keeping my head on straight and staying focused on one thing day in and day out and just focusing on my craft. It's not as easy as people may think. You know, I got to be around stuff that the regular person might not have to be around on a daily basis and deal with certain types of violence and just keep my head down and stay out the way. So,
Let's talk about that, man, because I know I got a lot of people that follow my channel that are from different parts of life. Some people are in nice areas, some people are in mid areas, and some people are in the trenches. So what is it like actually, you know, you say I got to keep my head down and stay focused, and I'm dealing with things that some people might not have to deal with. How do you keep yourself focused? How do you deal with all this stuff?
I mean, like, I grew up in it. It's nothing new to me. So, I mean, like, when I wake up, I just wake up and I go about my day, whereas I'm focused on boxing. I'm focused on my craft. I'm trying to become a world champion, undisputed, Hall of Fame. I'm trying to create history I'm trying to do what nobody in my family ever did. Nobody in my family has made that far in sports. Not yet. Like, I got cousins that are on their way, like me, like similar to me, but I'm trying to do what nobody ever did in my family. I'm trying to make it out, make a way.
Right, so you're leading the way right now for your whole family and for Philly.
definitely.
You got some good work around the area. You told me that you're able to spar with some gyms, spar with some pros.
Yeah.
Maybe name some things that you've learned from some pros that maybe people might be familiar with.
I mean, like, I've got a lot of great experience from pros, like, Scooter, Stephen Fulton, from Boots, Christian Cardo, all those good guys just roaming around the city, just being in Philly. I learned a lot being exposed to this type of Philly. You might get some of the best professional experience just being around in the city and being in certain gyms. You just get exposed to stuff that everybody might not get exposed to on a day-to-day basis. So I'm very appreciative for that.
December Nationals, got that coming up. I know the last time I saw you, you were competing at 125.
Yeah.
I assume you're going to be going up to, 132?
Yep.
Yeah, so 132 is stacked. It's really, really stacked. Are you you still youth or are you elite now?
No, I'm youth.
You're youth? Okay. Yeah, youth 132 is stacked, man. How do you kind of find yourself in that new talent pool 132? Anybody got your eyes on that you're kind of looking at December Nationals, maybe getting a rematch with or a match with?
I never focus on one person. I always go out and put my focus on the board. I'm fighting myself. I'm just trying to be better than I was yesterday. That's how I always go about it. That's how I go about life.
Last thing for me, man, I noticed just kind of talking to you over Instagram for meeting you today, you're very smart.
Yeah.
And you carry yourself very professionally. Who taught you that? Like, where did you pick up all that from?
My parents. I credit all of that to my parents. My family, they say it takes a village to raise a child. And I mean, like, my parents taught me everything I know. They taught me to stay poised, be polite, have manners, stay professional. I just carry that, especially into boxing and my business ventures, because me, myself, as a fighter, we're trying to sell a product. If I'm being unprofessional and being rude towards people and just being a nasty person in general, that's not a good look on my name, and nobody wants to be that type of person. It's not cool.
Love that, man. I love that energy and that spirit. I think a lot of kids can learn from that, especially coming up in the boxing world where it's like people get rewarded for behavior that is, not do you good in any kind of sport besides boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, to carry yourself professionally, that'll carry you all the way through, and it'll keep your career too, keep you out of trouble. So, Salim, it's been a pleasure seeing you today, man. You're an excellent athlete. I'm looking forward to seeing you at December Nationals.
Thank you.
Any last thing you want to say to the audience?
Just shout out to all of my supporters. Shout out to my parents. Shout out to my team. Shout out to everybody that supports me, follows me, and believes in me and my career.
All right, man. Salim Ellis-Bey. Pleasure seeing you again. And Front Street Boxing Gym.
Yep.
I'll see you guys again. Thank you.